Why can't she have a laptop? Because she's going to want to take it to her room and it's not going to happen. Okay, all right.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Okay, my name is Pedro Panga. Before I start, I would like to remind everybody that I have an accent. So if you hear the difference between tomato or tomato, don't really mind. I was born and raised in the Congo, Africa. So I'll be talking about racism, and this is on account of the final argument I say. And thank you for Mrs. Cruz. Hey, is Mrs. Cruz?
Still Mrs.
Okay, what's racism? Actually, it's a socially accepted belief that there is certain race that are superior or, it's just kind of a disproportionality between races. Some believe that one of the races is superior, another one is not. What's the causes of racism? We have many causes, but I'll be talking about some only, like the stereotypes, which lead to a certain mindset that lead to psychological factors. I'll be explaining that a little bit later on. And we go to socio-economic disparity between races, and the disparities cause some exclusivity on specific areas, like people where they live, and what's the privilege that some people have, and some races has, and others don't have, or others don't deserve. So those exclusivities and everything else leads to racism and all the consequences. So what's the stereotypes? Stereotypes actually are beliefs that certain race, for example, blacks, are good in something and not good on other things. One of the examples which is current, like blacks are believed to be good athletes, and they don't love science. So those are just stereotypes, and everybody believes that, and it's probably true or not, but that's what everybody believes. Oh, I'm sorry. What's the cause of stereotypes? Actually, we have media like TV, newspaper, and all the kinds of media like radio. They just generate, or they talk about whatever is believed to be good for certain race. Because when they talk about, for example, in the street, somebody got killed, they do have just an idea that whoever killed that person is a black man. So we have families. Families have also the culture of teaching, or just letting everybody in the family know that our family is different because of our race, and we do have to behave differently. We do have to talk this way and not that way, or just we have to eat a certain way. Also school generates those stereotypes. When, for example, teachers believe that blacks are not good in science, for example, and then even if somebody, a black person, is taking science courses or something like that, so they are expected to get low grade because they believe, or schools believe, that they don't do good on that area. So friends too, whenever you got friends of any type, gonna help you or just cultivate that stereotype behavior in each one. So those are just some types of generation, some type of causes of stereotypes. Now, the stereotypes leads to socioeconomic disparities between races. And one of the examples we have is just income. So median household income for 2004 and 2009, you can see the difference between white and blacks. So those socio-economic disparities leads just people to have some exclusivities, like they have to live in some specific area because they have a good income, where those who don't have good income, the majority live in a poor area and don't have enough advantages. So all those disparities leads to racism, and my claim was due to society constant acceptance of stereotypes. Racial groups are experiencing economic and development disparities, so psychological factors and mindset that lead the causes of racism within the United States for the last 200 years. So this is just what I just talked about earlier. The stereotypes leads to economic differences, and then the socio-economic disparity suggests the level of superiority of one race over another, and then that's the race superiority leads to environment differences based on the exclusivity, which cause racism. So this is my conclusion. Racism is an acquired ability. We learn it. It's not something that we are born with. So media, families, and friends, school create a mental factor and preconceived idea among racial groups, leading to socio-economic and environmental differences between them, promoting discrimination in more cases of racism. So there have been within the United States for the last 200 years many efforts made by the government just to end racism. Some of them are slavery, which were abolished earlier, about 100 years ago. And then there was a Jim Crow law that law enacted by the Congress was about the differences or segregation between races. That law didn't allow, like it is today, black and white or any other race to share schools or share restaurants or means of transportation. That law was also repealed, and then there is an anti-discriminatory law that allowed that nobody had to be discriminated on account of his race or something like that. So those are just some of many improvements or many efforts that the U.S. government made just to end racism, but still going on. So going to the second introduction. So despite many of the efforts made by the U.S. government to end racism and discrimination, racism is a major challenge for authorities today in the United States. It exists in subtle and has multiple faces that are beyond government regulation. Racism is also legally practiced by authorities and institutions that are supposed to defend it. So the question is the U.S. government and its institutions learn on an increasingly high case of racial profiling and racial discrimination? Okay, the hypothesis is supposed to protect citizen rights. The criminal justice system in the United States is grossly committing injustice and it is inconsistent about racial cases. So some of the problem that the justice system has, I did go with only 3 of them. The first one is unfairness in the criminal justice system. And one of the example is whenever there is a certain crime committed by one race, same crime committed by 2 different persons of different races, they ought to get different sentences. So, for example, when convicted of stealing, black defendants were more likely than white defendants to go to jail, and blacks would be more likely than white to receive sentences of death or murder. So that's fairness in the criminal justice system. So one another example is just what they call crack and powder cocaine. So it is believed, or the facts say that black use mostly crack cocaine, while white use powder cocaine. So the law actually against crack cocaine is harsh because when they found you with about 5 grams only of crack cocaine, you may spend about 25 years in prison. But only 500 powder cocaine gonna get you about 5 years in prison. So that's kind of unfairness because of races. As I said earlier, white usually use powder cocaine and black use crack cocaine. So because black use crack cocaine, they get harsh sentence than white who use powder cocaine. So police and judge make decisions based on assumption and stereotypes. So one of the cases on this side is the racial profiling. Usually police will arrest you while you're driving because you are a black person and then charge you because of your race. And the third example of injustice in the criminal system, lawyers themselves, police and judge who are supposed to protect and exercise justice in their profession are actually violating the same thing they are supposed to protect. So the conclusion is the rise of civil rights movement and protest as civically prompted the U.S. government to guarantee equal treatment for citizens of all races. Progress are remarkable, but the goal is far from reality. Still many efforts need to be made to reach the goal that will express racism forever. So another example is the U.S. government needs to place more funds in addressing racial issues, reform the criminal justice system, and create more institutions to prevent and eradicate racism in the United States. So we're going to actually compare the legal process around the world compared to the one in the United States. So one of the statistics from the U.S. Department of Justice says that 100,000 adults in 1996 was the rate for 100,000 adults in 1996 was 289 for whites and 1860 for blacks. So the chance for the black male going to prison in his lifetime was 29%, whereas for white male it was only 4%. And then this is from the International Center for Prison Studies at King's College in London. It says that 700,000, the US has 700,000 more of its people incarcerated than China, a country with a population 4 to 5 times larger than the United States, and 1.3 million more people in prison than crime rate in Russia. The US has 5% of the world's population and 25% of the world's prisoners. The American incarceration rate is even 7 times higher than that of European countries. Whether America is the land of criminals or something is seriously wrong with them. Actually, the slide was wrong done, but it's continuing saying that it says just to go to deal with race. So if we compare the rates throughout history, for example, in 1932, there was 4 black prisoners for every 1 white prisoner. Whereas in 1979, the gap was 8 for black and 1 for white. And in 1999, I'm sorry I didn't put the 9, there were more than 500,000 blacks in state prison and just less than 400,000 white blacks compared only to, blacks are just 13% of the US population and white are just 2%. So the disparity is very big. So 82%, that's less than 400 people in prison, and then 13% of the population of black, they have about 500,000 people in prison. So this is a statistic for racial disparity. So as you can see, the non-Hispanic whites are this one here, so less than 25%, and non-Hispanic black, those, no, I'm sorry. So those are black, and those Hispanic, non-Hispanic black, and then Latinos. So you can see that blacks are a lot of blacks are in prison than any other race. So those are some proposed solutions. One of them is just to account the police, the judiciary, and the legislative, the executive actions and decisions. So funds are needed for those institutions to be accountable. So actually, the police, either the justice system or any U.S. government is just doing whatever they need to take decisions, and then they are not accounted. So we need to account them. It's one of the solutions proposed. And the second, about racial profiling, there is no law actually passed by the Congress to deal with racial profiling. There were actually bills proposed, but they never passed. And then the proposed solution is just to just for the Congress to pass one law, or one of the laws like they passed it, the anti-discrimination law, for racial profiling. And one of the third solution proposed is to reform the criminal justice system